want to paint. Wait, how do I do that? Do I need a studio? In my house? Somewhere else? And what do I need? Brushes? Lettuces? Paints? Knives? Oh my God, what do I need? Don't panic, because in today's video, we are going to answer all of these questions.
Hi, welcome to Rebecca's channel.
Today, we are going to talk about the studio setup and materials for oil painting. The details will depend, of course, on your space and your budget. But there are some basic rules that you can follow, even if the only space you have to paint right now is a tiny room or your garage. Before we start, a disclaimer. I am not an expert on chemicals or in toxic substances. What I'm giving you here are the advices and tips that I have learned along my career.
Oil painting involves the use of potentially toxic and hazardous materials. So please, read and follow all safety precautions before you use them.
And now, let's start with how to set up a studio.
First, you need a good easel. It needs to be robust and not wobbly. You need to be able to change the height as well as the angle of your canvas. Another option, if you don't have an easel per se, is to convert a wall into an easel. You can do this by simply attaching screws or nails to your studs and use it to hang the canvases there. Or you can make it with a wooden rail like in these examples.
I personally love the idea of utilizing a large wall as my easel. I cannot do it right now because I don't have wall space in my current studio. But if and when I can do it,
I will go for this method of screwing wood slats to my studs and then have different holes with wooden pegs to hang my canvases. Simple and practical. Number 2, you need a table to your right if you are right-handed or to your left if you are a lefty. Here you will hold your palette, brushes, colors, and medium. Ensure that the palette is the closest to you as you will be using it frequently. Number 3, your model or your picture reference should be to your left if you are right-handed or to your right if you are a lefty.
Next, a seat. Do you need a seat? It depends. Some people like to paint while sitting, other people love to paint standing up. This is totally up to you.
Number 5, if your room is not large enough, I highly recommend getting some binoculars and using them inverted. In this way, you are able to see your painting from far, far away. As you know, it's highly recommended always to step away from your painting as you work on it. But it's also very important to be able to see it from even farther away. Number 6, lighting. Your lights should be 5000 K. And ideally, they have to stay at a 35-degree angle from your canvas and placed as high as your ceiling allows. You may be able to use natural light if your room is facing north, but in most cases, the light will change too much along the day, which makes using artificial lighting a preference. Actually, I advise to cover your windows with some blinds to avoid sun reflections. If needed, place as well a small light close to your palette to help you mix colors properly. 7, your floor. Most probably, you will make a mess. If you don't care, that's fine. Otherwise, a great solution to preserve your floors and damage is to use sport floor mats that interlock like this here. 8, you will need to organize your materials. I use some cheap metal shelves for my materials, and I built myself this wooden structure to hold my panels and canvases. Try to keep paper with paper, chemicals with chemicals, paint with paints, etc.
Keep in mind that mediums, oils, and varnishes should not be exposed to excessive heat or direct sunlight. Number 9, ventilation.
Ideally, pick a room in which you can have 2 windows or doors opposite each other. Otherwise, build an extractor in the room. Weather allowing, keep your windows open while you are working. If this is not possible, just keep in mind that now and then you need to ventilate the room. Some people always use masks while working. I don't find it necessary all the time, but this depends on your sensibility. More tips on safety. Don't drink, eat, or smoke while painting. If drinking tea or coffee or water, just make sure to keep it far away from your mediums. Close your paint tubes and medium jars when you are not using them. If you spill something, clean it immediately. I also recommend having gloves so that when you are handling some toxic colors like cobalt or lead white, you don't have to touch them directly. Remember as well to not touch your eyes and mouth before you wash your hands. Have also your smoke detectors in order.
Basically, what I'm asking you to do is follow common sense precautions.
And number 10, please keep a separate trash for your paper towels that will be filled with oils and mediums or varnishes. You should not mix it with your normal trash. Keep this aside and bring it to the proper garbage disposal for toxic paints in your town.